boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man, you could tap in or you could tap out, but you know my slogan, you know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now you already know time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella, but always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy is the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And a big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K, all right? Now, even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You already know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down. I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in it. You already know. Now, do me a favor, man. Wipe your feet off before you step into the big house. You understand me? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot into the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You already know where you at. Yeah, if the algorithm led you here, this is not by mistake. This is not a coincidence. You in the right place. Pure dope, straight off the brick, directly into the bottle. All right? Now, you got to understand something. We got to bait the algorithm over here. Yeah, you know, the messages get deep on this channel. I mean, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. You understand me? So we definitely got to bait the algorithm. We got to talk about what the algorithm is talking about to make sure we stay in the algorithm. All right? So Jim Jones, Tony Yayo. I mean, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of bickering. It's a lot of gossiping. It's a lot of backbiting going on right now between, you know, Jim Jones, Tony Yayo. Big salute to everybody in the DM. Yo, G&B TV, what's your perspective on everything that's going on with Tony Yayo? I mean, what's your thought process? You know, what are your thoughts on everything that's taking place with Jim Jones and the comments that's being made in these YouTube streets? I mean, what's really going on? Well, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I gotta say, it's nasty work. It's nasty work. And being as though this is Grown Man Business TV, I'ma connect the dots like none other. Yeah, we gonna talk about the same topics every now and then, bait the algorithm, how we gotta bait the algorithm, but the downloads is downloading. And this is absolutely nasty work. I mean, I'm gonna say this, right? This is some of the furthest from grown man business you're going to find in these YouTube streets. Grown men arguing about who's being taken care of the best. Grown men, my G. You know, we go have a conversation. You know, since this what they want us to indulge in, it's gonna be a message in a madness. But you don't want to be a grown ass man on YouTube, on podcasts, arguing about who's being taken care of the best by another grown man. All right. Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain, you already know. I got to do some customizations to the chat. Oh, yeah, we talking about Jimmy. We talking about Yayo. We talking about what's going on in these YouTube streets. But it's still going to be a method in a madness. It's still going to be some pure dope straight off the brick directly into the bottle. So being as though that's what it is, I got to do some customizations to the chat. The higher ups and the elites been working overtime, my G. They always trying to shadow ban this channel. They always trying to muffle the message. They understand that Grown Man Business TV is a threat to the establishment, regardless on what I'm talking about, regardless on what the topic of discussion is. I'm a threat to the establishment. All right? So big salute to everybody in the chat. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to get in here. And we're going to talk about Jim Jones, Tony Yayo, Memphis Bleak. Absolutely disgusting work. All right. And we going customize the chat in the mean between time. Big salute. Hit the like button when you come in here. Hit the subscribe button. You know, we well over 50,000 subscribers. And we approaching 60K organically. We doing this organically. And this is going to be a touchy subject right here. But it's some game in this. It is definitely some pure dope that can be delivered from a situation like this, because we've been seeing this for a long time. Grown ass men looking to be taken care of by their homeboys. Let's customize the chat. Big salute. Make sure y'all hit the like button and subscribe button when y'all come in here. Let's not waste no time. Let's make sure we staying on cue. Y'all already know where y'all at. You know what I mean? Y'all already know what building y'all in. You feel me? Bam. You see that at the bottom of the chat, right? Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers, doing your Twittering with your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, asking me questions using your Twitter fingers, how you like to use your Twitter fingers, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, Grown Man Business TV. You understand me? Now let's talk about it. You know, recently, Tony Yayo has been going on these huge platforms, and he has been having conversations about things taking place in other camps, in particular Memphis Bleak and Jay-Z. Now, I'm not going to say I don't agree with what he was saying or what he's trying to say, but you know, the first question is, why is Tony Yayo pressed in talking about what's going on between Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak? Why is Tony Yayo having these type of conversations about grown men? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it is absolutely nasty work. But then at the same time, you got to say to yourself, what is, what is the narrative around Tony Yayo? And that's where we're going to start off at. We're going to start off of the narrative when it comes to Tony Yayo's name. All right, we're going to start right there. Big salute to the chat. I want everybody to make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button. Y'all already know what to do when y'all step in here. I want to be the first to say this. I want to be the first to pinpoint this and bring this to light. Nobody respects Tony Yayo's name in the industry or period as a man. As a man, when it comes to grown man business, we do not respect Tony Yayo. When it comes to loyalty, yes, Tony Yayo is a loyal man. He is a loyal homeboy. But that's it. That's it. I want to be honest, and we gotta really put this out there. Nobody respects Tony Yayo's position in the industry. You understand what I'm saying? Like, one thing for sure, two things for certain. We all look at Tony Yayo and we don't want to be Tony Yayo. We don't envy Tony Yayo. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Tony Yayo is a loyal soldier. But trust me, most people are going to be loyal when they're being fed. When you giving money, when you're taking care of a grown-ass man, yes, he's going to be loyal. But we don't look at Tony Yayo and respect his name and respect his position. We all look at Tony Yayo as 50 Cent's sidekick. I want to just put it out there. Nobody want to say it. I don't mind being the bearer of bad news. Anytime we see Tony Yayo, we see 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, we see his sidekick. The dude that hold his nuts every time somebody's holding his nuts, somebody's holding his bag. That's Tony Yayo, the sidekick. And I'm going to start right there, because to all my youngsters, to all the young boys out there, when it come to being a grown man and standing on grown man business, that is not what you want to be. That is not what you want to do. Yeah, 50 Cent takes care of Tony Yayo. That ain't something to be proud of. You understand what I'm saying? And one thing for sure, two things for certain, I got the receipts. Yeah, I'm not gonna come up here and give y'all this game without also having the receipts, my G. You gotta have the receipts. I keep the receipts in my back pocket. Anytime we go out, we step outside, I got the receipts. All right? Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, what you need to understand is, it get tricky. It get tricky when money is involved. It get tricky, my G. As a man, as a grown man, we should never be talking about who's being taken care of better than who. All right? So this right here, I'm looking at it from the outside looking in, and I'm saying nobody's really connecting the dots. Everybody's just talking about the obvious. But you got grown-ass men having an opinion about who's being taken care of the best. That sound like your wife's job. That sound like your wife. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep it 100. That ain't something men should be talking about. Yeah, some women, when they get around each other, they might talk about that. But when it come to your homies, nah. All right. So we gonna talk about that. And then Jimmy. We gonna address Jim Jones as well. And then we just gonna address the whole situation. The whole situation is nasty work. You know, talking about who's being taken care of, that's the double cross. That's where everybody got stuck at, the money, the conversation about this person and X, Y, and Z, but nobody can see the triple cross. Oh yeah, we gonna talk, my G. We gonna have a conversation. The triple cross. Yeah. Big salute to the chat, man. Let's see what we got going on here. I want to make sure I get this point across. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything out. Tony Yayo has been going on multiple different platforms talking about how he has been taken care of better than Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak. Nasty work. All right. So let's get into a couple of receipts right here. Big salute to the chat. You know, we baiting the algorithm. We definitely got more to talk about, but for some reason, you know, this is where the algorithm is at. All right. So we're going to play this receipt and then we're going to double back and we're going to tap in further. Absolutely nasty work. But this is the double cross. The triple cross, yeah, we're going to talk about that. The grand scheme of things. All right. Nobody respects Tony Yayo in the industry. You know, I'm gonna elaborate more on that. We're gonna talk more on that. All right, but let's let these dudes talk. Big salute to the chat. Run the numbers up, like, subscribe. You know what to do, all right? Look.
Yeah, he was too. I'm coming out the building. Right, he like, yo, I got too much beef cream on these. Move him to Battery Park. He can't go back to his mom's crib. They're gonna kill him over there. Straight to Battery Park. Like that. It's a difference. Like, that's love. Jay-Z never really like, all right, Memphis Bleak, you would say is his friend, but it was different for us. I think me and 50 was more friends than Jay-Z. Why you gonna do that? I'm not. I'm only trying to say. You trying to say Bleak? I'm just saying. You don't try to do that. Bleak doing good. Don't do that. I'm not saying he not. I'm not. They sell drugs like in the same area. Like, was they around? I don't know if they really. Yeah. I seen, like, I was on a block with it. Like, but was out. You can't use that as. No, listen. What I'm saying is, it was more. I feel like I'm not. I could compare it to Jay to say, you know, Jay and Bleak. But I'm saying to you, I feel like me and Fifth had more of a friendship because Jay-Z was more. It's the year of the man that used to stand next to his man, right? Like, meaning, like, I think Fifth Star will drop a podcast right now. It'll go through the roof. I think Tony Yayo will drop a podcast right now. It'll go through the roof. I think Jungle will drop a podcast right now. It'll go through the roof. I seen something Tony Yayo said, Hov don't look out for me like 50 look out for him. Oh, word? He said that? I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to. All right. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. I'm chewing a lie on my own. Right. If Hov look out, I'm telling you, I'll be up there. Right. So when y'all see me out here, that's the Blizzle budget. But back to you, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I just want to let you know, Hov don't have to. So you spoke about how Jay don't look. They'll look up a Bleak like Fib look out for you. Yeah, I don't think so. I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to. And then he said he eat his home halal. Right. Okay. I'm chewing a lie on my own. He eats on his own. I eat on my own too. Right. On my own too. I just came off tour. Right. When have you seen Bleak on tour? On his own. Jay-Z is not a bad guy. Bleak is not a bad guy. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to you that Jay-Z was all business with them niggas. When Buck up on his taxes, 50 a piece or more. When Prodigy bought a house and needed more money, 50 a piece or more. Prodigy are paying back. The thing with 50 is it was business and we was friends. I don't feel like Bleak was Jay-Z friend. I don't feel like Young Guns was Jay-Z friend. It came to a point where 50 was helping Siegel. Siegel was left in the dust. Let's keep it real. That's how I looked at it. That's why you got niggas like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of nigga. I don't need Jay to go on tour. You don't smoke hard coke, yo. Yo, chill. Yo, chill. You look like you need to be taken care of, nigga. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene, nigga. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo. You do need that might help. Need that's 2 ounces, nigga. That's why Paid in full movie, nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. That's why he worried about Peon. You broke, nigga. You know I got it, nigga. What's up? The bag is up. The bolsa. Hey, yo. Hey, Flea, where the bolsa at, Flea? Let me finish that off. Ain't nobody taking care of niggas over here, B. Yo, nah, you good, my nigga. I love it. Niggas deserve it. They need to hear it because they bugging out here. All these niggas worrying about who taking care of who. We take care of we. Yo.
All right, so Yayo said a lot in these receipts right here, right? And I ain't gonna lie, there's small parts that I agree with, but for the grand scheme of things, nasty work, nasty, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like I wanna make sure I can start right here. Like Yayo gotta really get off 50's nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? Yayo, respectfully, my G. I grew up through the G Unit era. I grew up through the G Unit mixtapes. I remember all of that. But it's time for you to get off of 50's nuts, my G, and stand up on your own 2 feet. You really gotta understand what's going on, man. Like, this is how we've always looked at Tony Yayo. Nut hugging. Yeah, no wonder 50 ain't got no old lady and 50 ain't got no girlfriend, cause Tony Yayo is the girlfriend. Tony Yayo is the mistress. Tony Yayo, man, respectfully. I'm only saying what the whole industry has always thought of you. No wonder 50 Cent ain't got a goddamn family. No wonder 50 Cent can't figure out how to pick out the right woman. You know what I'm saying? His old lady, Daphne Jordan, she over there with P. Diddy swimming in the baby oil, getting lotioned down, right? Because 50 taking care of a goddamn Tony Yayo. Yeah. Hey, let's just talk about it, man. Let's just be honest about it. Nobody in the industry respects Tony Yayo's stance and his position. Every man that been in G Unit somehow, some way got kicked out because Tony Yayo, yeah, the mistress. Tony Yizzle is the mistress. So ain't nobody gonna be able to get next to 50 Cent. Ain't nobody gonna be able to be taken care of because Tony Yayo is he's holding the nutsack. All right? Nasty work, my G. And then for you to feel so comfortable to start speaking out loud about other situations compared to your situation. Jay-Z don't take care of Memphis Bleak. It was all business. Brother, that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it really is. It's business. It's business, my G. You made this shit personal. All right, and we gonna go deeper because it's again, the algorithm wants me to talk about this. When I try to give y'all some more dope, some pure game and all that earlier today, we was having technical difficulties because the algorithm needs to be baited. So we gonna bait the algorithm, but it's gonna be a message in the madness for all the young boys out there, for all the young men out there. It's hard work being a grown-ass man. You don't get no free ride because your homie made it in the music industry. And it's things that come with this. Tony Yayo has, listen, he has sold all integrity so that he can be taken care of by 50 Cent. And to all my young boys, you don't want to be that dude, my G. You don't want to be the homie that got to stay up under your homie nutsack so you can be taken care of. Respectfully, man, no disrespect, but we got to call a spade a spade. Nobody respects, nobody speaks highly of Tony Yayo's position in G Unit or in the industry. Nobody. They only speak highly of his loyalty. But when you feeding the dog, right, the dog is going to be loyal to you. When you feeding the cat, right, the cat is going to be loyal. What happens when you stop feeding the cat? What happens when you stop feeding your dog? You think he's still going to be loyal? What happens when you stop feeding your dog and your dog go broke? He out there on his ass and all that. You think he's still going to be loyal? So the loyalty is what it is. As long as I'm feeding you, you're going to be loyal. Yeah. It's time for you to get from up under the wing, my G. Nasty work, too. It is what it is. If you're going to do that, then do it. But bragging on it and trying to compare your situation to Memphis Bleak situation is disgusting work. And as young men, it's a lot harder, B. You ain't going to be able to be a man and be taken care of at the same time. That ain't how this game work. You're not going to be able to be a grown-ass man that stand on grown man business and have another man fully take care of you at the same time. Okay, I got some more receipts because a lot of, I want you to really understand where I'm going with this. Let's watch how 50 Cent treats Tony Yayo. Being as though Tony Yayo is being taken care of by 50 Cent. Being as though Tony Yayo is basically like his wife. He's like a mistress. Yeah. Let's look at how 50 Cent likes to treat Tony Yayo. See, this is the part where this is what comes with being taken care of by a grown-ass man, respectfully. And I'm going to speak more to that because you got to know something, right? I got homies with money. I'm decent. I'm well off, right? I got uncles that are millionaires. But you got to be careful what seam you fall in because your uncle or because your best friend or because your homie has made millions of dollars. You don't want to be the nephew that your uncle just got to take care of every time. Every time there's some money issues, you going to your uncle and he putting money in your pocket. You don't want to be. You got to understand something. You got to stand on your own too. And then y'all merge together and y'all do business. But when you are being taken care of, it is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I like that you said that, Killer Rob. Nah, 50 Cent do speak ill of Tony Yayo. He belittles Tony Yayo because Tony Yayo is his mistress, respectfully. So I'm going to give you, I told you, I kept the receipts. Let's get into this first receipt. And I want y'all to look at Tony Yayo's face and I want y'all to listen to the disappointment in his voice when 50 Cent says what he's about to say to him. All right? Yeah. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. When you put yourself in that position, you put yourself in a position to be belittled. And as a man, it's nasty work. Let's look at the receipt. Hit the like button and all that. Well over 500 in the chat. Hit the like button and all that. Look.
At Banks, I pointed at him specifically because there was points that they'll get jaded to the point that they'll look and go like this. Yo, just give me money. I want to open a restaurant. What you know about opening a restaurant? Give me a chance. A restaurant business is a tough business to win in. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying he want the money to just go open a restaurant just because. And why do you think I'm supposed to give you the money to open a restaurant? And if you say no, I respect that. Well, I just had an idea to him. Maybe I should have came with a better business plan.
Ange,
but
this is the call. Ange, this is the call.
This was tied up for me.
Yo, what's up? Nah, I saw the spot. I want to open a restaurant.
So he just want to pick at me just now. It always goes to Yayo. Every time we somewhere.
You's a part of that.
Yayo.
It's no different.
Yayo. Notice he don't say nothing about Buck, nothing about Banks. Yayo.
I'm not pointing at Banks. I'm pointing at him specifically because there was points that they'll get jaded to the point that they'll look and go like this. Yo, just give me money. I want to open a restaurant. What you know about opening a restaurant?
Give me a chance.
A restaurant business is a tough business to win in. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying he want the money to just go open a restaurant just because. And why do you think I'm supposed to give you the money to open the restaurant?
And if you say no, I respect that. Well, I just had an idea to him. Maybe I should have came with a better business plan.
But this is the call. This is the call.
It's tied up for me.
Yo, what's up? No. I saw the spot. I want to open the restaurant.
So he just want to pick at me just now. It always goes to Yayo. Every time we somewhere.
You's a part of that.
Yayo.
It's no different.
Yayo. Notice he don't say nothing about Buck, nothing about Bank. Yayo. I respect that. Well, I just had an idea to him. Maybe I should have came with a better business plan. But
this is the call. This is the call.
It's tied up for me.
Yo, I'm supposed to give you the money to open the restaurant?
And if you say no, I respect that. Well, I just had an idea to him. Maybe I should have came with a better business plan. But
this is the call. This is the call.
It's tied up for me.
Yo, what's up? No. I saw the spot. I want to open the restaurant.
So he just want to pick at me just now. It always goes to Yayo. Every time we somewhere.
You's a part of that.
Yayo.
It's no different.
Yayo. Notice he don't say nothing about Buck, nothing about Bank. Yayo.
I'm not pointing at banks.
Now, salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? When you letting a man take care of you, right? When you letting your homie that got rich, right, take care of you, and you asking him, yo, just give me a chance. I mean, maybe I should have just came up with a better business plan. Yeah. You know, yes, exactly. He sound like my son. He sound like my nephew. He sound like a little ass boy. This is what happens when, as a man, you start allowing another man to carry you. It's nothing wrong with, you know, us making it out the ghetto, us, you know, you made it before me, X, Y, and Z. But when you get to the point where you got 50 Cent on live radio talking about how you was asking for money about this, and yo, he don't say nothing about banks. He don't say nothing about blank. Nasty work, man. All right? Yeah, exact. Like, bro, you sound worse than Marquise. This is where we got to pinpoint this at. You sound worse than the little boy that looked just like 50 Cent. And, you know, you sound worse than his son. Yo, let's watch this one more time. Look at this. Look.
I pointed at him specifically because there was points that they'll get jaded to the point that they'll look and go like this. Yo, just give me money. I want to open a restaurant. What you know about opening a restaurant?
He said you have gotten so jaded that you have gotten to a point where you will just call him for money to open up a restaurant. No business plan, no blueprint, nothing. You will just call his phone and ask him for money to open a restaurant. And he got to be the adult in the situation. And he got to ask Tony Yayo, what the hell you know about opening a restaurant? You call me for all this money to open a restaurant, and I'm just supposed to give you, he said it out his own mouth, you have become jaded. Jaded. Now, when a grown-ass man is saying this about you in public, you know, this is what comes with being taken care of. So I just wanted to kind of throw this out there. I'm going to play one more receipt, right? But we're going to move on to Memphis Bleak. We're going to talk more, and we're going to move on to Jim Jones. And we're going to go into the grand scheme of this whole situation. But I just wanted to start right there with Tony Yayo. Nobody in the industry respects Tony Yayo's position. This is what everybody says about Tony Yayo. Everybody in the industry, everybody outside the industry, we all look at Yayo as a dependent, he looks like a mistress, as a son. You are 50 Cent's son. No barbershop ever said, yo, I would love to be like Tony Yayo. Because we all look at you as the nut holder. You hold 50 Cent's nuts as he travels the globe. You get to fly around with 50 because you hold his nutsack perfectly. Respectfully, man. You know what I'm saying? And it got to be harsh like this because as young niggas, what you got to learn and what you will learn is just because he got the money don't mean you got the money. And if he do got the money, when you approach him about the money, it need to be on point. If you want to open a restaurant, you need to already have a blueprint. You already need to have a whole game plan. You need to have a business strategy. You shouldn't just be expecting your man to give you money because that's your man. That's female activity. That's mistress talk. Tony Yayo is 50 Cent's mistress. Respectfully. Tony Yayo is the reason 50 Cent ain't married. 50 Cent would have probably been married and a whole family man by now if he didn't have Tony Yayo on his coattails asking him for money, being taken care of. Look at Jay-Z. You know, they say Jay-Z don't take care of Memphis Bleak. We're going to talk about that situation. You know why? Because Jay-Z is a married man. He got 3, 4, 5 children. He got a couple side children yeah, Jay-Z got a lot of children. He ain't got no mistresses. Jay-Z is married to Beyonce. You think your wife gonna allow you to take care of Memphis Bleak? A grown-ass man? That ain't how it would work, my G. That's why these women can't get close to 50 Cent. That's why 50 Cent ain't a married man. That's why G-Unit fell apart. Because Tony Yayo is the mistress. He been sucking 50 Cent dry ever since those mixtapes came out. He been sucking them dry. Respectfully. I said it out loud. There it is. Tony Yayo. Nobody respects your position. Okay? Oh, he's loyal. Niggas is gonna be loyal when you taking care of them like a mistress. Yeah. Yeah. Niggas is gonna be loyal when you flying a nigga all around the goddamn world, paying them, taking care of them. I got one more receipt, man. I got one more receipt because you got to know something. As men, right? When we taking care of you when we taking care of our women, we get to fucking around and talking crazy to you. Yeah. That's something that come when we take care of our women. As men, grown men, when we paying all your bills and we taking care of the whole situation, or we gonna get condescending to your ass. We gonna start playing jokes on you. We gonna start belittling you in public and all that. That's just a part of the game. Okay? So I'm showing you with the receipts right here that it's a nasty situation, Tony. Tony Yayo. Yeah. Let's get into another receipt, all right? I want to play one more receipt, and we gonna go to Memphis Bleak, and we gonna go to Jimmy and all that. But I don't know if y'all remember this, but I want y'all to see how 50 Cent belittles how condescending he is towards Tony Yayo because he been taking care of Tony Yayo. It is what it is. Go, talk to him, 50. Look.
What's up, big homie?
What's up? What you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm maxing, man.
Yo, I just called. I was calling you because I was thinking about people that gotta give me my money back.
Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, come on, big homie. What you talking about?
I wasn't even talking about you, but now that you said that, you should give me back some of the money I've been giving you. Like, I've been giving you money for years. Friend? Man, I don't like a friend. I like boy, but you need to give me some of that money back now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm going through people that supposed to give me my money.
Yo, homie, come on, man. You know I love you too, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Shit, you want me to shoot somebody, point a finger? I'll pay you back like that. What's up, big homie?
What's up? What you doing?
I'm chilling. I'm maxing, man.
Yo, I just called. I was calling you because I was thinking about people that gotta give me my money back.
Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, come on, big homie. What you talking about?
I wasn't even talking about you, but now that you said that,
You should give me back some of the money I've been giving you, Pete. Like, I've been giving you money for years. Yeah, you never still have to pay you back. I'm your friend. What are you talking about? Friend? Man, I don't have a friend. I like boy, but you need to give me some of that money back now that I'm thinking about it. Because I'm going through people that supposed to give me my money. Yo, homie, come on, man. You know I love you too, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Shit, you want me to shoot somebody, point the finger? I'll pay you back like that.
Yo, now listen to me, right? Tony Yayo didn't know he was being recorded on this particular phone call. He didn't know that he was being recorded right here. You know what I mean? And he said big homie like 13 times. Yo, big homie. Yo, I didn't know you wanted the money back, big homie. Yeah, you're going back and forth. That's how your mistress go back and forth. When you get to giving shorty that money and you trying to play and all that, and she talking, you say, yo, I didn't know it was going. Yeah. He say, man, I need your big homie. You know, I'll shoot somebody. He said he would shoot somebody before he give that goddamn money back. Tony Yayo. Respectfully, man. I know, you know, we gonna keep it 100. Tony said he shoot somebody so he don't got to give that money. 50 Cent said, I've been giving you money for a lot of years. I think it's time you give me some of that money back. And he didn't say, you know what, 50 Cent, you're right. You know what, 50, you have been giving me money for a long time. I'm going to go ahead and start repaying you that money because that's what brothers do. That's what homies do. You know what I'm saying? You know, a mistress feel like she ain't supposed to give the money back. You know, when you giving the money to your lady, to your wife, to your mistress, whatever you got, when you giving that money to your female, she feel like it's a fair exchange because you've been busting that cock. Yeah, you've been busting that wolf pussy wide open. So she don't feel like she need to give you no money. But when your homie is giving you money, when your uncle, when your brother, when your partner has made it and he been giving you money all of these years, taking care of you, and he call you and he say, you know what, man? I think it's time. I've been thinking about people I've been giving that money in, and I think it's about time you give me some of that money back. You supposed to say, I got you, big homie. Let me square some things around. Let me move a couple of things around. Give me a few seconds. I'll hit you back. Matter of fact, let me hit you back tomorrow. Unless you need something right now. Let me make some phone calls, handle some accounts, and I'm gonna have something wired to you. How much you need? You supposed to, yeah, that was Tony, that was Yayo. Look. Oh, you already know how the tube gonna do. Hold on, that was Yayo. Let's stop with the antics. That was Yayo, respectfully. Look.
What's up, big homie? What's up? What you doing? I'm selling a Magnum, man. Yo, I just called. I was calling you because I was thinking about people that gotta give me my money back. Oh man, here we go. Oh, come on, big homie. What you talking about? I wasn't even talking about you, but now that you said that, you should give me back some of the money I've been giving you, Pete. Like I've been giving you.
Well, give the man his money back. All right. Now, let's stay right here, man. Let's stay right here. You feel like that was a Yayo? Well, guess what? This is Yayo. Since you in the chat, you fighting for Tony Yayo. You fighting for the mistress. Let's look at Tony. Look. Go ahead and look at this one. Let's look at this one again.
I'm not pointing at Banks. I'm pointing at him specifically because there was points that they'll get jaded to the point that they'll look and go like this. Yo, just give me money. I want to open a restaurant. What you know about opening a restaurant?
Give me a chance. I mean,
a restaurant business is a tough business to win it. You see what I'm saying? But he's saying he want the money to just go open a restaurant just because. And why do you think I'm supposed to give you the money to open a restaurant?
And if you say no, I respect that. Well, I just had an idea to it. Maybe I should have came with a better business plan.
But this is the call. This is the call.
Was tied up for me.
Yo, what's up? I saw the spot. I want to open a restaurant. He just pick at me just now. It always goes to Yayo. Every time we somewhere. You's a part of that. Yayo. It's no different. Yayo. Notice he don't say nothing about Buck, nothing about Banks. Yayo. I'm not pointing at Banks.
Now I'm gonna stop right there, and then we're gonna make some angle. We're gonna bust some moves on this. Tony Yayo again, right? That's not how it's supposed to be, and that's not how it works. Now, fast forward to present day, right? Tony Yayo is the hype man. Tony Yayo is flying around with 50, and there's nothing wrong with working for your homie, working for 50. Tony Yayo ain't broke. 50 ain't, these dudes ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really about the money, for say. It's not necessarily about the paper. It's more about comparing your situation to Jay-Z situation. All right. Now, that's where we gonna move off, and we gonna angle off the Memphis Bleak. You know, Tony Yayo was right about that part when he says it's more business when it comes to Memphis Bleak. It's more business when it comes to the dudes from Rockefeller. It was really business. There was little family. There was little personal, when it was all business, and it shows when you look at State Property, when you look at Beanie Siegel, when you look at all of these artists, right, that have come and gone through Rockefeller, Dame Dash. When you just look at everybody that has something to do with Rockefeller, and you remember, you know, I lived through the Rockefeller movement. I watched it, right? It was all business, and it was a shrewd businessman. Jay-Z was a shrewd businessman. Well, he'll rob you. He'll take your intellectual property. I mean, yeah, give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff. You know, that was Sparks right there. You know, Jay-Z is known for doing shrewd business, right? But when it come to Memphis Bleak, you can't tell me Jay-Z ain't helped Memphis Bleak, or Jay-Z ain't helping Memphis Bleak to this day. It's just a different level. It's a different way. When you are a man, right? When you are a grown man, and you and your man is in a better position, and he's helping you, it ain't something that's going to be done in the light. It ain't something that we going to talk about on Angie Martinez morning radio show. The way 50 Cent was talking about Tony Yayo on Angie Martinez. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know Jay-Z is working things out when it come to what Memphis Bleak got going on. He got businesses. He got things that, you know, he got entrepreneurship things that he's doing. You know, Jay-Z told him, yo, you should do the podcast. I'm sure Jay-Z is do say. You know, that's a Jay-Z situation. But that ain't something that Jay-Z gonna come out and sit with the Breakfast Club and belittle Memphis Bleak. See, it's a difference. It's a huge difference. And when you are a stand-up dude, when it's grown man business, if you ask me, who would I'd rather be in the position of a Memphis Bleak. I'd rather be in the position of a Memphis Bleak where my homie is worth a couple of $1 billion. Y'all know that's my man, right? So when I do business, you already know who's back in the situation. But I don't need him to be all on the radio talking down and belittling the things that I'm trying to do. Memphis Bleak got a restaurant out there in Vegas. Memphis Bleak got a restaurant in Vegas. You don't hear Jay-Z talking about Memphis Bleak, begging him for the startup money and then belittling them all on the national radio. And you see, it's a big difference. It's a huge difference. So again, when it come to this, I'm only speaking on it because, you know, I want to tell y'all a story. I want to kind of just go into my own situation, right? Everybody know I'm fresh out of VA. A lot of millionaires came out the city. A lot of legends came out my city. And I know some prominent people. Not even just knowing prominent people. I got family members that's millionaires. I got family members that I watch build empires, real talk, real spill. I'm talking D. Frazier's out there in Norfolk, Virginia. If you from Norfolk, Virginia, and you was running around in that Pusha T era, you know, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s and all that, y'all remember D. Frazier's right there on Military and Virginia Beach Boulevard. Military Highway, Virginia Beach Boulevard. Yeah, D. Frazier's right down the street from the Broadway. All I'm saying is I got family members. I got an uncle or two that built up empires in Virginia. I got a couple of uncles that's out there in Atlanta right now. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. And when you are privy to being around those type of people, when you have those type of men in your circle, you will learn very fast that just because your man is worth $1 million don't mean you gonna be worth $1 million. Just because your man got money don't mean he just gonna be giving you money. Just because your uncle is rich don't mean he just gonna be taking care of you and making. You understand what I'm saying? It's a delicate situation. You got to be able to bring something to the table. And as a man, you got to be able to build something on your own. And then but as far as yo people, but when you young, you will think that. You will think, yo, that's my cousin. You know, he got $1 million. You know, give me some money. Yo, that's my homie. He made it, so I'm supposed to. And you lose your integrity in that. As a grown man, you lose your integrity. Women don't mind giving up their integrity. If they man got money, they'll suck a dick to get some of that money. If they man got money, they'll bust their back open to get some of that money. If they man got money, they'll do whatever they gotta do. That's for women. But for another man, you ain't supposed to be moving like Tony Yayo. You supposed to be moving like Memphis Bleak. You supposed to be saying, yo, nigga, I'ma eat on my own. My man is my man, but I'ma eat on my own, homie. That's how it's supposed to be. So I'm speaking to this situation because I don't want y'all to confuse the two. I see a lot of bloggers saying, yo, Tony Yayo's worth more than Memphis Bleak. Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all got to stop using Google to Google people's net worth. I think like y'all got to stop with this y'all got to stop with that GBT. Y'all got to stop with this shit, man. Yo, chat GBT, how much is this person worth? How much is that person? You got to be careful, B. And maybe Tony Yayo is worth more. But how much integrity did he have to sell to get that bag? How much of his integrity as a man did he have to give up? How many times did he have to be embarrassed, belittled? Everybody in G Unit know Tony Yayo gonna hold his nuts. Tony Yayo gonna ask anybody in G Unit. Tony Yayo gonna. We wasn't willing to hold 50 Cent nuts like that. Tony Yayo is a nut hugger. He gonna make sure 50 Cent's nuts don't touch the ground. Respectfully. All right. Now, I wanna go a little bit further. Now, we're gonna talk about the grand scheme of things. This is not gonna be a long live chat. It's not gonna be a long live stream, but we did want to tap in. I want to talk about the grand scheme of this whole situation, right? Now, you got 50 Cent, you got Tony Yayo, you got Memphis Bleak, you got Jim Jones. And these guys are all on YouTube podcasting, content creating. Now, at one point, these same artists, these same rappers would call YouTubers lames and suckers and, I ain't no YouTube nigga. I ain't no internet type nigga. I don't do the YouTube shit. But now all of a sudden, you got rappers on YouTube bickering back and forth. See, I didn't want to fall for the double cross. The double cross is them talking about who's being taken care of better. The triple cross is acknowledging that these guys have made their way from rap, from the music industry onto YouTube, the content creation, The bloggers. You know how long these dudes been talking down on bloggers? You know when one blogger is beefing with the next blogger, they call that shit lame. But now you got Mano, you got Fabulous, you got Dave East, you got Jim Jones, you got Memphis Bleak, you got Tony, you got all of these rappers trying to be bloggers. Now, I will say this. Y'all coming into our sector is only putting food on the plate. You dudes, man, we gonna make millions and millions of views off you lame ass rappers trying to be bloggers. But it's a bigger picture to this. And like I said, the downloads are gonna download how the downloads download. And I'm here to speak to the youngsters. Look at how the tables turn. You got Memphis Bleak, Jim Jones, and Tony Yayo arguing and bickering back and forth on YouTube, all for content, all for clicks, all for likes and subscribers. What you think they doing this for? You think they really care about who's being taken care of the best? You think they really care if Tony Yayo smokes hard rock or hard crack, hard coke? Yeah, Jim Jones said that Tony Yayo is smoking hard coke. Y'all really think and y'all really believe that they care about that? We are now watching the so-called cool kids, the rappers, come to YouTube and do anything for likes and subscribers. Y'all don't remember all the times you only talking about that because you're trying to get likes and clicks and views, man. You YouTubers, man. You YouTubers are lame, man. You YouTubers only want clicks and views, man. And now look where these rappers is at. Now look where these entertainers is at. They on YouTube calling each other names, lying on each other for clicks and views. Because if you ask me, I don't believe that Tony Yayo snorts coke. I don't think that 50 Cent would take care of Tony Yayo if he was snorting or smoking hard coke. You know what I'm saying? So now you got old ass rappers on YouTube calling each other names for likes and subscribers, for the algorithm. They'll say anything to be in the algorithm. The same rappers that would call us lames, the same rappers that would call us suckers, the same rappers that would point out that we wanted to be in the algorithm and we were doing this for likes and subscribers. They are now doing the same thing. They are following suit. Now, where are you going with this, GMB TV? I'm going to give y'all another story before we go any deeper with this, right? Because again, this is a message to the youngsters, but it's also exposing the hypocrisy of these rappers, of these entertainers. Somebody got to say it. I don't mind being the bearer of bad news. I thought it was lame to get up on this YouTube. I thought it was lame to be a blogger. I thought it was lame to talk about other men on these podcasts. Ain't that what y'all called a chatty patty? You know, when you talk about another man when he's not in the room, when you pocket watch and you talk about another man's money, I thought that was sucker shit. I thought that was lame. I thought that was a chatty patty. But we're going to get deeper into that, right? For all my youngsters out there, I need you to understand something, right? You're going to get downloads from the Most High, from the universe. These downloads are going to tell you things. They're information full. They're going to give you so much information, forward thinking, right? And as soon as you try and you start reaching and you start doing something that is different, something that is out of the box, something that is out of the ordinary, you're going to have dudes like these rappers. You're going to have dudes like the cool kids, right? You know, the cool kids that sit at the cool table at the high school. They're going to be the first ones to tell you that you a lame, that you a sucker, that what you are doing is for suckers, and we would never do that. What you are doing is sucker shit. I ain't no internet nigga. The whole time you on the internet, nigga. Y'all, you know what I'm I ain't no internet nigga, man. I ain't like you dudes. I ain't no internet. The whole time you saying this on the internet. My message to you is don't let that block what you got going on. Understand that that's the double cross. Always pay attention to the triple, because if you fall for the double cross, you'll never get to the triple cross. You'll never make it to the top. All right, so let me give y'all a story. Let me give y'all some game, right? Again, I'm from Norfolk, Virginia, 757, that Tidewater area. And we raise legends. We breed legends out of my city, out of my situation, right? And when I was younger, I was very in tune. And even to this day, I'm in tune with Breezy. That's the homie. Chris Brown, Chris Breezy, the Breezy Bowl. That's my dog, right? But in the beginning, it wasn't the Breezy Bowl. It was called the Up Close and Personal Tour, where you had Chris Brown, you had them Franchise Boys, you had Cherish, you had Lil Wayne, you had Joel Santana. These people were all on tour, right? And I would be on these tour dates with Breezy. Now, back in those days, this is post-smartphones. This is post-smartphone technology, social media, right? And the camera thing wasn't a normal thing. But anytime I would come around, I would bring cameras around. And you should have seen, a lot of you youngsters don't remember when cameras were like forbidden, bro. The last thing you wanted to do was try to take a picture of one of these celebrities. The last thing you wanted to do is be the guy with the camera trying to take pictures. You understand? So, that was looked at as lame, as you was a groupie. You was trying to get groupie love. You was a groupie. You was trying to take pictures. But fast forward 10, 15 years, that's all that matters. It don't matter what you do, you're gonna have cameras out. I was ahead of my time with that. I was ahead of my time with the cameras. I was the one that moved around with a digital camera. I always had Polaroids. I was always the guy taking the pictures, but it was frowned upon. And because it was frowned upon, I kind of stopped doing it. The point of this story is, what they are frowning upon, they will soon succumb to. Don't let them stop you or stop your journey or stop your blessings because they don't understand what you got going on. These celebrities didn't understand the power of YouTube. They didn't understand the power of content creation. They didn't understand it. They were looking at us bloggers as groupies. Oh, yo, you talking about us, and why are you talking? Nigga, you a celebrity. You a puppet. You a slave to the machine. You were put here for us to talk about. Yo, I mean, why are you in my business? Because your business is public information. What are you talking about? Your business is public information. Yo, these dudes always talking about celebrity, blah, blah, blah. But these same celebrities are now on YouTube doing exactly what they was trying to disrespect us about. I got the receipts, man. I kept the receipts. You already know one thing for sure, two things for certain. I kept the receipts. I don't go nowhere without them. This is where the grand scheme of this thing falls in at. This is where it gets wicked at. You understand? Because you got to know, if you let them play you out of position, then you just got played out of position. So it's a big salute to all the YouTubers, all the content creators that stayed on their game, stayed building their platform, creating their content. It's a lot of YouTubers that got out the way. When these celebrities start speaking down on bloggers, yo, I ain't no YouTube nigga, but you saying it on the YouTube, nigga. Yo, I ain't no internet nigga like y'all. Y'all some internet niggas. Now you are on the internet, running your mouth, gossiping about other men, gossiping about what they money they make, pocket watching. That's the grand scheme of this. That's the grand scheme of this. That's where I wanted to go with this. All that is good. All that is fine and honky dory. But to the youngsters out there, the very thing that you have passion for, that you are striving to do, it's going to be a bunch of cool kids out there that's going to try to deter you from doing it. And as soon as they see profit in it, as soon as they see opportunity in it, those same people that told you not to do it is going to take their ass in there and they going to try to do it better than you ever could do it. The same dudes that told me to put the camera down is now running around with cameras, posting on Instagram. The same dudes that told me it was groupie-ish to have cameras backstage, now they paying $1,500 to go backstage with Chris Brown just for one goddamn picture. One picture. The same females that would look at me and be like, oh, this nigga wants to be a groupie. He's taking pictures backstage. Now these same females is paying $1,500 to go backstage and have Chris Brown smack them on their ass for one picture. One picture. Where I messed up is I let them talk me out of position. I let them play me out position. I let them make me believe that it was groupie love when all I wanted to do was do that photography thing. I would have thought about the whole situation. I would have started charging y'all $2,000 to take pictures with Chris Brown. But I let them talk me out of it. So what I'm telling you youngsters is, if you on YouTube, do your YouTube. If you playing, whatever you doing, do it. Don't let these niggas talk. I got the receipts. Let's let these cool celebrities do exactly what they told us not to do. Look.
Go back to his mom's crib, they gonna kill him over there. Straight to Battery Park. Like that. It's a difference, like that's love. Jay-Z never really like, all right, Memphis Bleak, but it was different for us. I think me and 50 was more friends than Jay-Z. Why you gonna do that? I'm not. I'm only playing. I'm only trying to say. I'm just saying. You don't try to do that. Bleak doing good. Don't do that. I'm not saying he not. I'm not. They sell drugs like in the same area. Like, was they around? I don't know if they really. Yeah. I seen, like, I was on a block with it. Like, was out. You can't use that as. No, listen. What I'm saying is, it was more. I feel like I'm not. I could compare it to Jay to say, Jay and Bleak. But I'm saying to you, I feel like me and Fifth had more of a friendship because.
You got Tony Yayo on a platform, a so-called gangster, drug dealer, a cool kid, a rapper, an entertainer, taking time out of his day to be on YouTube. Ooh, this where we at. You got Memphis Bleak. I'm talking The Rock. It's The Rock figure. You got Jim Jones. Now we got Fabulous, Dave East, and Mano. You got Cameron and Mace. You got Gilly the Kid. Rappers. These same dudes were the ones that told y'all, man, I ain't no YouTube nigga, man. I ain't gonna get up there talking about these niggas on YouTube and all that. Now they on YouTube and all that. A lot of y'all got played out of position. Yeah, Panther Jones, exactly. Fat Joe and Jada Kiss. Yo, I ain't no YouTuber. Yo, I ain't know this is gossiping about other men, talking about other men. Now y'all on YouTube talking about other men for likes and subscribers. Nasty work, my G. And to be honest, y'all not even doing it. Y'all actually, y'all not even creating your own lane. These rappers is on YouTube biting our whole style, taking our whole motherfucking style and remixing it. Yeah. Yeah, let's keep it 100. These rappers is on YouTube taking our whole style and remixing it. And it's only going to get worse, my G. It's turning into love in hip hop. But you got these rappers now, instead of going on VH1, instead of being on TV, they gonna be on YouTube arguing and be like, man, I got the receipts, man. These motherfuckers, let's look at this one more. Let's just finish this. I wanna make sure we get a good look at this, right? Look at this shit right here. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Look at this.
Hey, Yayo talking about, yeah, Jay don't take care of nigga. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
You don't smoke hard coke,
Yo, chill.
Yo, chill. You look like you need to be taken care of, nigga. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene, nigga. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
You
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces, nigga.
that's why
Paid
you
in full
looking to
movie,
see-
nigga. I got a G for every bump in your face, nigga. I promise you that, nigga. I promise you that, nigga.
That's why he worried about
Peon, you broke, nigga. You know
See?
I got it, nigga. What's
Don't-
up? The
Ain't
bag is
nobody-
up. The bolsa.
Hey, yo.
Hey, Flea, where the bolsa at, Flea?
Yo, now mind you, these niggas is talking to a camera. Yo, for my youngsters, I want to just make sure we painting the picture right. These niggas is in a studio talking to a microphone and a camera. Yeah. But it's cool. See, it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. It's cool for y'all to do this. Yo, he smoked crack. You lying and you gossiping on camera, on the mic, on YouTube. Follow your dreams, youngster. Stay on course. Don't let none of these so-called gang member, cool niggas, street niggas, whatever you want to call them, don't let them lie to you. Because as soon as what you're doing is profitable, as soon as there's opportunity in whatever you're doing, these same rappers, these same puppets, they're going to try to mimic your shit. They're going to try to steal whatever you got going on and say they created it, like Fat Joe did with hip-hop. Yeah, them Boricuas and all that. All right? Big salute to the chat, man. Yeah, we ain't staying long. This is a real in and out situation. We going live tonight. Make sure y'all hit the notification button. Make sure y'all are locked in and in tune with the channel. We are definitely going to tap in tonight. We going live tonight, my G. We going live tonight. We going to get into some deep conversation. All right? But I needed to address this. Tony Yayo is 50 Cent's mistress. There it is. That's the reason 50 Cent ain't got no wife. That's the reason 50 Cent ain't a family man. He's still taking care of Tony Yayo. He's still making sure Tony Yayo is well taken care of. He got him up in the penthouse. He got Tony Yayo riding Range Rover. You know, niggas like to buy they old lady Range Rovers and all of that. Yeah. He's still making sure Tony Yayo is eating, well over 6 figures a year. You got to make sure your side piece, your little mistress, you got to make sure your little shorty she holding them nuts up the right way. You want to make sure she comfortable. Lloyd Banks ain't around 50 Cent like that. Game ain't around 50 Cent like that. Young Buck ain't no man around 50 Cent because Tony Yayo done scared them niggas off. You know when you got 3, 4, 5 bitches, but you got one female and one bitch, she just real jealous. She don't like none of the other bitches you got around. She one by one runs those bitches off. One by one, them bitches get ghosts. You can't find a bitch no more because this one particular female, she done got all in the DMs. She done, yeah, she sending emails. She talking about woman to woman and all that. Yeah. She talking about woman to woman. I need to talk to you. That's what Tony Yayo is to 50 Cent. Tony Yayo is that bitch that will endure all of your flaws. You know, you get the cussing her out, she don't go nowhere. You get the whooping her ass, she don't go nowhere. You get the belittling shorty in public, she won't go nowhere. Look, trust me, they out there. You know, the ones that you could treat as bad as you want to treat them, and they'll still be loyal to you. That's what Tony Yayo is to 50 Cent. No wonder Daphne was over there with P. Diddy. Yeah, having freakathons and all that. All-star freakathon weekends. That's why his baby mama was over there with Diddy, because he was too busy taking care of Tony Yayo. Yeah, I said what I said, man. Tony, it's time to put his nuts down. You got to get up as a grown man, brother. And you gotta create for yourself. You gotta stop, brother. It's a reason why you the last man standing. You are the last of the Mohicans, and it ain't got nothing to do with your loyalty. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with your loyalty, youngin. 50 ain't gonna find nobody else to hold his nuts the way you been holding his nuts. It ain't enough money in the world. It ain't nobody else gonna allow 50 to treat him the way 50 be treating you for that paper. It ain't nobody else gonna hold his nuts the way you hold his nuts, Tony. Nah, fuck all that. Don't talk about Tony like it is what it is. Nah, man, nah. Every boss needs a loyal partner. Every boss needs a partner that's just as loyal as Tony Yayo. That's it. Everything else, man, you let your shorty do that. Everything, and I said this already, the only thing that we do respect from Tony Yayo is his loyalty. But nobody respects Tony Yayo's position in the game. Nobody respects that shit. Let's I don't want to get biblical, right? But let's take this to another angle. Let's see what happens when Tony Yayo is no longer able to call 50 Cent for money. Let's see how loyal Tony Yayo is if 50 Cent called him right now and said, listen, you ain't going on no more tours with me. I'm just going to bring Uncle Murder, but we don't need you. We need Uncle Murder. Tony Yayo, I'm cutting you off. Yo, Yayo, listen. No more tours. No more handouts. No more paychecks. No more condos. No more skyscrapers. No more Learjets, nigga. And then we'll really see if Tony Yayo is who they say he is. It's easy to be loyal when a nigga is taking care of you like his side bitch and all that. Yeah. Yeah, nigga gonna be loyal. Nigga gonna be loyal when the nigga got you in the penthouse suite, got your flying Learjets and got you riding Range Rover. You know how them rich niggas do. They buy their little side bitches a nice Range Rover. Yeah, solid color Range Rover with the peanut butter seats and all that. Get that to your little side bitch. Give her a little couple of dollars to get her titties done. Make sure she got a little Cuban around her neck and all that. Make sure she up in a little penthouse. So when you want to come blow her back out, you could come and blow up. Rich, that's just how it is when you got that kind of paper. You think shorty gonna be take away the skyscraper, take away the monthly allowance. Huh? Yeah, take away the monthly allowance. Take away the Range Rover. Take away the Cuban. Take away the access. Take away the Learjets. I don't think Yayo gonna be that loyal, my G. I don't think Yayo ain't gonna be that loyal when you get the... Oh, yeah. Yeah. We having the conversation. Gail Brown, what do I see you in the chat? They came up with each other than at the exact same time, so that's why. Well, listen what I'm telling you. It's a reason why 50 Cent was belittling Tony Yayo on them phone calls. It's a reason why 50 Cent said that Tony Yayo has become so jaded that he feels like just because he asks for the money for the restaurant, I'm supposed to just give him the money for the restaurant. He didn't make that up. Let me say this, right? You'll learn in due time that us growing up together and us getting it out the mud together and us coming out the hood together, it only goes so far when it come to grown men. It only goes so far until a nigga starts saying, yo, you a grown ass man. I can't keep taking care of you. I can't keep carrying you on my back. That's where the animosity, that's where the belittling come in at. That's why 50 Cent say the things that he say, because he don't want to carry you. He don't feel like you should be, nah. So again, and Gail, I'm sure you are a female. That makes sense when that's your female. Yo, me and Shorty, she was with me when I had nothing. So you take care of Shorty. You make sure she's straight. But when you got a nigga doing that, yeah, Tony Yayo is the mistress, man. Tony Yayo is the side piece, man. Stay loyal, nigga, so 50 can keep doing what 50's doing for you. Respectfully, get your bag. I ain't got no problem with how you get your bag, my G. Yo, just give me a chance. I mean, I should have had a... Yeah, big homie. When a nigga taking care of you, you gonna make sure you call him the big homie. You know better. You better call him the big homie, and you better make sure you don't forget the big homie. At the end of the day, right? Regardless on who's taking care of who, right? They are performing on YouTube. They have realized and they have come to the conclusion that streaming is not what it is. Making records, making music, streaming is not something that is going to take them to the next level. So now the same bloggers they used to try to disrespect are the same bloggers that they are now emulating. They are now imitating. Imitation is the highest form of flattery, my G. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I'm flattered watching you rappers come over here into the YouTube sector and mimic and try to take over and try to duplicate what we have created over here. Absolutely nasty work. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. That was fun. Yeah, you know, we get deep over here. We talk about some real deep, informative products, some real deep, informative information. And every now and then, I gotta bait the algorithm. I gotta talk about what everybody's talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Big Stu to the chat. What up was, you know, I might home in on that tonight when it come to Lil Zippy, man. As far as what's up with him, I ain't got no problem with the little homie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with the little homie, man. You know, sometimes little homies they act out. Sometimes little homies they grow fangs. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as Lil Zippy, man, I ain't got no smoke with him. But I do want to address a couple of angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I might use I might use a live stream to do that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I just incorporate it with another live stream. But you know, it's nasty work. The animosity, the hate. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, niggas went back and forth. Niggas had a friendly fade on YouTube. And coming out that friendly fade, you couldn't stop my channel, man. I'm only growing. We are approaching 60,000 subscribers as we speak. You know what I'm saying? If if anything, it should be, yo, salute to GMB TV. Salute to what he got. Salute to what he got going on over there. I ain't got no smoke with him. I don't watch him. He don't watch me. But yeah, keep grinding, Jack. But instead, it's animosity. You know, it's hate, right? And it's nasty work because just like these rappers, a lot of these dudes act like they cool, act like they gangster, act like they street. They roll by these street rules and all this and all that, right? But then when an opportunity presents itself, they'll do whatever it take. So just like these rappers hopping on YouTube, trying to do whatever it take to get clicks and likes, I saw Zip hop on Mav Hoffa channel. The same dude that platforms rats, the same dude that got Scrapo allegations, the same dude that we heard on that audio, you know, putting his hands allegedly on his old lady, the same dude that had, you know, Troy Ave up there talking about you went up there and touched fives with that man, rubbed palms with that man, had conversation with that man. The same dude that your man said he knocked him out, took his gun off of him. So the animosity towards me is nasty work when you'll turn right around and go sit down with Mav Hoffa for an opportunity. You know, I might talk more about that because it ain't just about Zip, but it's about the whole false illusion that's being painted, the false narrative that these hood niggas and these jail niggas want us to believe in. Yo, I'd never sit down with a Mav Hoffa. And as soon as Mav Hoffa call you, your ass sat down with Mav Hoffa. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I got the receipts. I got the receipts. I'd never sit down with Mav Hoffa. I'd never sit down. But the same chair in the same situation Hassan Campbell sat in, you took your ass over there and did the same thing. I'd never be a YouTuber. I'd never be a blogger. And then these dudes come over here and they become YouTubers and they become bloggers. The grand scheme of this is don't fall for the double cross. Always pay attention to the triple cross. We all saw Zip say he wouldn't fuck with this person. He ain't messing with Mav. Mav, he platforms rats. And then you went on the same platform with rats, where rats was at. But then you want to talk sideways about GMB TV. You know what I'm saying? You want to throw little slick shots in and all that. And again, man, we not playing within, you know, we playing within this matrix. This matrix, you can't just give, you know, information. Sometimes you got to play into the algorithm. Sometimes you got to bait the algorithm. You got to throw some bait out there. Let me see something, guy. Hold on real quick. Because I think I don't want that joint to do that. Yeah, you got to throw some bait out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been doing because, you know, for the last couple of live streams, you know, the numbers been, because I got to bait the algorithm. So yeah, we might talk about Zip, man. These dudes, and I want to say this, right? Salute the Harlem legend. Salute the Harlem legend, right? Always rock with Harlem. 050 The Movement always showed Grown Man Business TV love. You know what I'm saying? I've been on their platform numerous times. Always had a good time, you know, Clash of the Titans and all that. Always had a good time with 050 The Movement in Harlem Legend, right? But I remember times where I seen Zip disrespect Harlem Legend. I seen a bunch of times up there where Zip was disrespecting 050 The Movement, disrespecting Harlem Legend. Him and his subscribers calling them Harlem Leggings. I remember that. I remember them dudes calling Harlem Legend Harlem Leggings. But now what you will notice is All Zip do is react to Harlem videos. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Like you know, respectfully, respectfully, you know. But every time you look, it's a Harlem Legend video that he's reacting to. He's letting Harlem Legend do the footwork, create the content, and he's reacting to it. The same dude you was disrespecting, the same dude you was talking down to, playing with his content. Now you using his content to grow your channel. These dudes are opportunists. They gonna paint a narrative like they real niggas, like they hooligans, like they jail niggas, like all of this and all of that. But what I'm here to tell you is most of those dudes are simply opportunists. They're simply opportunists waiting for an opportunity. And if the opportunity falls in the hands of an op, if the opportunity falls in the hands of somebody they said they would never fuck with, they're going to bend, break, and fold for that opportunity, just like these rappers. Just like these rappers are opportunists. Tony Yayo, opportunist. Jim Jones, opportunist. As soon as they saw the opportunity on YouTube, the same platform, they said they would never indulge. I'm not no YouTuber. Now all of a sudden, you niggas is YouTubers. You niggas is podcasters on YouTube. This is where it get real at. This is where I'm important at. This is where my voice is powerful. This is why it's powerful, B. I'm not doing the whole reaction videos. I'm not setting up no computer. I'm not pulling strings. I'm right here talking direct to consumer. All these different podcasts and all these niggas, they getting their little MacBooks. Salute to these dudes getting their MacBooks and trying to up their level and all that. And I'm going to tell you, this is exactly, I'm not changing nothing. This is how it's supposed to be done on my end. My voice is more powerful than your MacBook. My voice is more powerful than anything, your green screen, none of that. My voice is more powerful than all of that. These dudes are, Zip is an opportunist. It's Zip is a dude that will bend, break, and fold if you present him with a decent enough opportunity. That's it. Point blank, period. And I might talk more about that. I might do a live stream on that. Since, again, it's a lot of people in the DM that keep reminding me that I said I was going home in on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing people in the live chat asking about that. And I was kind of debating if I was even going to talk about that because it ain't even worth a whole live stream. It's not something that's worth an hour of my time. But at the same time, it's a message in the madness. So, you know, maybe we'll lock into that. Big salute, man. Yeah. You know, these dudes is opportunists. I was disgusted when I saw Zip sitting down with Mad Hoffa. I was disgusted by that. Respectfully, I ain't got no, do what you do. I ain't no hater. You want to go up there and you want to, you know what I'm saying? But you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself this question, right? With all the celebrities that are locked in with Zip, all of the celebrities that say, let's get to that, doing 500,000, 700,000, 800,000 on Mav Hoffa's platform, right? And Mav Hoffa got 1.5 million subscribers, 1.5 million subscribers. You still behind me in subscribers. It's a reason for that. With all the celebrities that say, let's get to that, with all the people that's patched in to what Zip got going on, he should have 100,000 subscribers already. Going on Mav Hoffa platform that got 1.5 million subscribers, you should already be at at least 100,000 subscribers, but it's a reason. That content ain't potent. It don't matter how many celebrities you fuck with. Your word don't mean nothing. Your word ain't powerful. Nobody really, you ain't talking about nothing. Your content is doo-doo. It's Reggie Miller. It's a couple of dudes like that. Yo, the dude, El Jefe, and this is respectfully, this ain't no disrespect, but El Jefe, right? He is a blogger that is with No Jumper. No Jumper got damn near, what, 4 million subscribers? El Jefe is on No Jumper 2 or 3 times a week. He should already have at least 100,000 subscribers. If you are on a platform that got 4 million subscribers, you should at least have, you know what I'm saying, 100,000 of those subscribers subscribe to your channel. But your content is bunk. Your content is Reggie Miller. That's why my channel is growing. I don't need no celebrities. I don't need nobody to say my name. I don't need nobody to post my videos. I don't need nobody to post my shorts. I don't need no help. I'ma build this shit organically. That's why we over 50,000 subscribers right now. That's why I don't need a microphone, headphones, and a MacBook to get this. Come on, man. You know what? We're going to talk about that tonight. I want to go more in depth about this, about the slander on YouTube, the hate between content creators. Whole time you hating on me, these celebrities is getting in the game and moving a bunch of y'all out of position. These celebrities, these rappers is coming into this YouTube space and trying to X y'all out. But see, you want to be cool with the celebrities and you want to hate on the content. I understand what's going on. You want to be cool with Jim Jones and Cameron and 50 Cent. You want 50 Cent to take care of you like 50 Cent takes care of Tony Yayo. Oh, I got it. I understand what's going on now. You want 50 Cent to take notice so he could put you in a condo. You want 50 Cent to take notice so he could get you in the Range Rover and he could put a couple of dollars in your pocket and he could take care of you like he take care of Tony Yayo. The content's still bullshit, homie. Your content, you ain't saying nothing. I told you in the, I'm going to talk about this later, man. I told you in the DM, when you talk that religion talk, you saying something, but you didn't listen to me. You took, we going, you know what? Salute everybody in the chat. We going to double back sometime tonight, and I'm going to address, this the last time I'm addressing the homie Zippy with the, this the last time I'm going to address this. This the last time, and it ain't no beef. We ain't going back and forth. It ain't no war on YouTube. I got a lot of love for all the YouTubers, all the content creators, but I do want to connect some dots. So we gonna do that. Big salute to the chat. Yeah. We gonna do what we do, man. Yeah, salute is in here. So is 050. This clown needs just salute the 050, the movement. You already know, China Brim, Harlem Legend, they rock with the kid. I'm rocking with them. You know what I'm saying? But if you in here, you in here. Yeah, we well over 50,000 subscribers. So if you in here, then you supposed to be in here. Zip Squad in here, salute to the Zip Squad. Yeah, I can't come to your boy, he got me blocked out the chat and all that. He got Grown Man Business TV blocked off the channel and blocked off the chat. But see, I ain't gonna do y'all like y'all. I ain't like that. You know what? Hold up, man. Do I got this joint? Let me see if I still got this joint. Big salute to the chat. We gonna we gonna see what we got real quick. Let me see if I can figure this out. Big salute. Y'all in here, right? 050. Yeah, the salute to 050. Salute to Zip Squad. You know what I mean? I like that y'all are in here. I ain't gonna block you from the chat. I ain't gonna time you out. I ain't gonna do you how you man. I ain't gonna do y'all like that. Big salute to the homie Zip, man. You know what I mean? 49,000 subscribers. He, you know what I mean? He said I bought my subscribers. The slander is nasty work, B. Yeah, the slander is nasty work. Let's see what we got right here. Let's see what we got. See if we can make this thing jump. I want y'all to look. Look. Look.
This nigga bought subscribers too, you heard? The nigga you just mentioned, Grown Man Business, he bought subscribers. He bought those subscribers. I don't pay attention to niggas like this.
You obviously do pay attention, and we gonna talk about this tonight. And you know what, y'all, this what y'all want, then I'm gonna give y'all what y'all asking for. You know what I mean? Make sure you bring more of your Zip Squad niggas in here so we can have this conversation. Yo, this nigga, this what he mad. Hold on, this what he mad about. Let me show you what he mad about. Let me show you what he mad about. You know what I'm saying? This what your man mad about right here, right? And we gonna go into depth with this tonight. We gonna have some fun with this. But this what your man mad about. Look. See that? Look at that. Look. Look. +50,000 subscribers, and I ain't need a celebrity. I ain't need 50 Cent. I ain't need Cameron, nigga. I ain't need none of that. Over 50K, and I ain't need none of that. We gonna talk about this tonight. And again, this ain't gonna be no slander. I ain't in that space mentally where I'm gonna get up here and disrespect or slander another YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna set the record straight. I'm gonna definitely set the record straight. Yeah, I don't want, yo, as soon as he saw that let's look at this. As soon as your man saw, because let's look at this again. Let's look at this again, right? He looked and pulled up my channel, right? And boom, he saw it. And as soon as he saw that 50K, he slandered my channel. He slandered my name. He lied on me. He couldn't even say, yo, matter of fact, homie doing this thing over there, keep grinding, Jack. The nigga lied, yo, he's buying subscribers. Well, what you think I bought 50? Why would I buy 50,000 subscribers? Why not 80,000? Why not 100,000? Why not 90,000? Why did I? Come on, homie. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Barely. Oh, where you at? Mr. Bailey. Go to channel. How you go to channel? Type something else. Type something else, Mr. Bailey. Grown Man Business was in my DM one time talking about he was going to turn Muslim. He like how I be talking about Grown Man Business is weird, homie. That nigga is weird. Respectfully. So are you, if you watch that nigga. This nigga been on my dick for like 2 years. He's another nigga. These nigga your son.
Look, he's looking for my channel. He's looking for my channel right here. Look, he's looking for the channel. Look, he's checking out the numbers. He's checking the numbers out. Look, he's checking out the numbers. He can't believe it.
This nigga bought subscribers too, you heard? The nigga you just mentioned, Grown Man Business, he bought subscribers. He bought those subscribers. I don't pay.
This is what we gonna talk about tonight. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, big salute, big salute to the zip ties over there. Y'all working real hard. I see y'all grinding real hard. Y'all in the chat. You know what I mean? So y'all obviously working. Um, he got y'all working. You know what I mean? But it's different over here. It's a different feel over here. This ain't that. That ain't this. You know what I mean? But we all doing what we do, so we can definitely coexist. But this ain't that, and that ain't this. But we can definitely coexist. So I ain't got no hate for Zip. I'm not gonna slander. That was slander. That ain't what a good Muslim is supposed to do. We gonna talk about that. Yeah, we gonna talk about the Muslim shit. I ain't into the bean pie talk. I don't want nothing to do with the bean pies and all that. We're gonna talk about the Muslims. We're gonna talk about the DMs. We gonna have a great conversation tonight. The fuck that. We having some fun tonight. We not gonna get serious. We gonna talk. We gonna have some fun tonight. And we gonna talk about that. Get your goddamn bean pies ready, nigga. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the DMs between me and Zip. We're gonna talk about this. No slander. But that ain't a good Muslim. Lying on my name, lying on my channel, saying I bought subscribers, and you don't know for sure, or you don't know what's nigga, that's called slander. And that ain't what a good Muslim is supposed to do. A good Muslim would make sure he had 2 or 3 warm bean pies for me the next time you speak about me. Make sure you got bean pies, you got a kufi, and you got your Muslim garment on. Oh, we gonna talk. Hey, Zip, salute the zip ties, everybody in the building. We gonna have a conversation tonight. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest that you tap in. Listen, man. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. It is what it is. You already know. Straight off the brick, directly into the bottles. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. I'm going to give you this game straight raw. All right? Yeah, no fentanyl, no quinine, no baking soda. We ain't whipping that dope and we ain't counter whipping that dope. I'm going to get it to you straight off the brick, directly into the bottles. Is what it is. All right? You ain't never heard me call myself a boy. All right, well, I said holla at your boy. Hey, man, watch out. Watch out, man. You better stop calling. Man, shut your motherfucking ass up, nigga. You know what this is. All right? Yayo is 50 Cent's mistress. Yayo has been being taken care of by 50 Cent for long enough. Nasty work. Jim Jones, Memphis Bleak, they up here, they having back and forth with a rap. These rappers are now bloggers. These rappers are now creating content. These rappers are now bickering back and forth, all for likes, views, and subscribers. The same rappers that told us they ain't no YouTube nigga. I ain't no YouTube nigga, but you're doing it on YouTube, nigga. I ain't no internet nigga, but you're doing it on the internet, nigga. Just like these rappers, these bloggers, and a lot of these content creators, they're not hooligans. They're not gangsters. They're not these dudes are opportunists. And once this is understood on the grand scheme of things, then you will be able to understand why everything is looking how it's looking. You will be able to really understand the difference between us and them. This ain't that. These dudes ain't rappers. They was only rapping because it was an opportunity in rap. Now that there is no opportunity in rapping, they are now morphing. They are now shape-shifting into YouTubers. They are shape-shifting into bloggers. The same bloggers they was disrespecting, now they are emulating. Absolutely disgusting work. And being as though I carved out a lane for the real, I know exactly what I'm doing here. I figured out exactly what my job is and what my purpose is when it comes to these YouTube streets. My voice is powerful. I don't need, bruh. I don't need you know how many celebrities is in the DMs? I wish I had 2-3 phones. I don't keep multiple phones. I would show y'all the blue check. I ain't even got to do all that. I don't want nobody posting I don't need no help. I built this 50,000s organically. So the next 50,000 organically. It ain't nobody that's going to be able to say they helped start and push and make this channel. 50 Cent is the reason you approaching 40,000. Cameron, Mace, 50 Cent, Jim Jones. Oh, it's a lot of celebrities. That's the reason. Hassan Campbell. It's a lot of these dudes. That's the reason you approaching 50,000. We are not the same, my G. Respectfully. Salute. Yeah. Yeah, we gonna have a good time tonight. Listen, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button and make sure y'all hit the like button and all that. Just understand tonight we gonna have some fun with it. We definitely gonna have some fun tonight. Again, I was kind of debating if I was even going to talk about this, if I was even going to tap back in to this situation, but it's necessary. It's a necessary evil when it comes to the algorithm and when it just comes to this YouTube thing, period. It's necessary. I'm not going to do no sneak dissing at the end of the live stream, and I ain't going to do no slandering. I'm going to let Zip do that. Zip, at the end of that live stream, he tried to slip in a sneak diss, and my subscribers, they caught that. My subscribers wasn't going to really let that slide. They wasn't going to let that ride. They got that right to me in the DM. Yo, GMB TV, look at this shit right here. Look at that. Look how that's nasty work. So instead of me sneak dissing, I'm going to dedicate a full live stream directly to you, my G. From me to you. Zippy, GMB TV. You know what I mean? We could do like, listen, man, we could do like Doggy Diamonds and Haas Campbell. We can all get along, man. You know what I mean? You could get on your platform. You could, I ain't got nothing against GMB TV. It's all love. I get on my platform and we could do the same. And I'll do the same thing. I already show you love. But if it's not that, then it's that. If it ain't that, then it's this. If it ain't love, then it's hate, baby. You understand me? If it ain't love, then it's hate. Salute. Yeah, I see Zip Ties is in here. Easy Money Flex. I see, yeah, the Rack House. I see you. Yeah. I see you in here, but you in here. Big salute to the chat and all that. See where we at, man. If this live stream is over 20,000, we gonna get up out of here. Oh yeah, 24K. All right. Big salute to the chat. We doubling back. Stacy Glow, I see you in here. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna save this for the live chat. I'm gonna go in depth with this, but I'm not gonna block y'all because y'all Zip Ties. You come in the chat, you say Zip name or something. I'm not gonna react the same way Zip react when my name is put in his chat. I ain't gonna block. He gonna block you. You say GMB TV, he gonna block you. I ain't gonna do that. And we're going to talk about that later as well. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely nasty work. All right? So, yeah, we approaching 51K. Salute. Yeah, we going to talk. We going to get into this. All right? So, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Gang.